Hey YouTube, good day and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. I'm wearing my beautiful Brimstone shirt, Brimstone Brewing Company from Ridgeway, Ontario. And yeah, I love this shirt. I just had to bring a point to it since you can't actually see the emblem when I'm working with the camera where it is. But I'm drinking a beer that was actually dropped off at my place by the owner of Brimstone. So thank you very much, Jason, for this beer. Now, Jason was on a trip to Germany. And while he was in Germany, as any craft beer owner would do, well, craft brewery owner would do, he drank some craft brews. And he brought some home. And he said, "Hey, Chad, I got some craft brews that you might want to try." And he dropped a couple off. And this is one of them. This is the first one I'm going to have out of this craft brewery. There was 3 of them from the same brewery. I'm only picking this one because I don't even have to try and pronounce much in German because it is a style that's in English. So this is Ratsherrn Pale Ale, which is a craft brewery in Hamburg. So Hamburg original, Ratsherrn Pale Ale, 5.6% alcohol by volume. I'm actually really intrigued on how this is going to be. I don't know if in Germany, I know in Germany it has to only be water, malt, yeast, and hops to be allowed to be sold as beer, because that is the purity law. But I don't know if they can only use, and I wouldn't be able to tell you on the back here because it's not in English, but I don't know if they're only allowed to use hops from Germany or if they can buy their hops somewhere else, say American hops. So for that, I'm actually really intrigued because obviously it's going to be more European hops, I would imagine. Well, I'm assuming, which could make an ass of me, but I'm assuming it's mostly European hops, which is something you don't normally get nowadays. As the New Zealand and American hops become more and more profound, you see more and more beers with just those. The cap here is actually in English, which is just great, just craft real taste. Here we go, just craft real taste. So I'm actually super excited to try this. So there we go. That actually is a fairly nice looking beer. Wow, is that hazy. Look at that haze. Nice, deep golden color. Almost like peach, in all honesty. Very deep color. Oh, there's floaties. There's some floaties in there. And the head is a beautiful off-white head. It doesn't look like any pale ale I've recently had. I can't say ever had because I've had a lot of them, but none that I've recently had. Scent. Okay, a little dirty, a little grassy, a little bit of grapefruit, and a touch of skunk, a touch of sulfuric skunk, which wouldn't be from the bottle because it is a brown bottle, but yeah. It actually smells inviting, so let's try it. Cheers. That's interesting. It's weird because it's like an English style pale ale mixed with an American pale ale mixed with a pilsner. That's what it's coming off as. It's everything combined. You're getting a nice soothing malt forefront, just a little bit of sweetness up there. Then you're getting this dirty earthy taste, with breadiness. You're getting some breadiness mixed in there. And then you get this kick of grapefruit, and then it swallows it. Well, it just mellows down to just a grass clipping finish. So you're getting your grass clippings like in a Pilsner, you're getting your breadiness and your earthiness like an English style pale ale, and you're getting a smooth mellow malt and grapefruit like an American pale ale. It's just amazing to have them all in there. It has a nice bitterness to it. It's a lingering bitterness, but it's not overpowering. It is actually fairly docile, fairly mellow, fairly refreshing. And at 5.6% alcohol by volume, you could get drunk on this stuff faster than normal beer. This is the first real craft beer I've had from Germany, and it is promising. I mean, here's the thing, right? I love adjuncts in my beer. I love chocolate in my beer. I don't mind coffee in my beer, vanilla, as long as the adjunct is adding something to the beer. This is just pure, clean beer. But now there are so many hops out there and so many malt varieties that you can do a lot of things with your beer with just malt and just hops. Heck, the Serious Wheat from Cameron's didn't have any adjuncts in it, and it had all the taste that a wheat should have had because of the hops they used. So you can do a lot of interesting things with just hops and malts now, with all the different hops and malts that are coming about. But this is a great example of that. This is a pale ale that didn't need anything. Now I have two other versions from there, and they're both more stylistically similar to what you would find in Germany normally. So we'll see how those go, because I mean, a pale ale, anyone can make a pale ale. They made a good pale ale, don't get me wrong, but anyone can make a pale ale with no adjuncts in it. It's other styles of beer, how do they come off with no adjuncts? So anyway, thank you very much, Jason, for this beer, the Ratsherrn Pale Ale. I really enjoy this. I really enjoy how on all levels it's like 3 different styles being drank at once. Just all those flavors mingling is just so complex. I have to give this an 8.75 out of 10. I would give it a 9 because I really, really enjoy it and could drink it all the time. But I'm not going to be in Germany. This is the only time I'm drinking it. So I'll give it an 8.75. Thank you very much, Jason. Thank you, everybody else. Cheers. Ratsherrn Pale Ale.